What's going on, brothers? What's going on? It's your dude, Mr. International Passport. Here again, what will probably be another future classic. But first and foremost, brothers, type on one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Who's here? Who's here? Type on one if the audio is clean, crisp, and concise. Let me know right now, brothers. Let me know right now. Who's here, brothers? Okay. Base Pill Clips, as always, appreciate you, bro, for supporting the movement and channel. Frank A, what's up, Frank A in the building? Who else is here, man? Type of one in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Who's here, bruv? Of Exo Fellow in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Is the audio good? Let me know, man. Let me know. Who's here, man? Let me know. Okay. Arctic Champ, awesome. So before I go any further in this stream, okay, make sure you go and follow me on Kick and on Twitch, because it's likely that I may talk about some crazy topics that I'm have to end the stream on YouTube and go on Twitch and Kick. So I'm telling you right now, go and follow me on Twitch and Kick if you ain't already, okay? Because this will be a 5-part series where I expose Japan, okay, for you brothers to know every single thing about it, okay? Now, before I even speak about, what we'll talk about in this stream, first and foremost, I want to say, please like the video, like the stream, show up some support, okay? Support the channel, support the movement. Throughout tonight, hit the super chats, hit the PayPal donations, please. Show me some support, okay? You can book your IT consultation with me via the Calendly link, which is pinned in the description box below. Aside from that, brothers, you can get a hoodie, a t-shirt, something from the Teespring store, okay, for merch, which is also in the description box below for the Teespring link, okay? Brothers, last but not least, okay, if you want to hear true, unfiltered intel about Japan and Japanese women, go and join the Patreon, okay? Because I will probably also be dropping some Patreon content about Japan that I saw that I can't speak on the channel. But aside from that, we have over 10 videos about Japanese chicks on the Patreon, about Japan itself, the freaky culture and the nature. Go and check it out in the Patreon. Okay, so let's get straight into it, man. Okay, the title of this stream is called Ain't No Virgins in This Over-Actualized Country, Bro. Exposing Japan Part 1. Okay. Now, like I mentioned already, this will be a 5-part series where I'm going to break down what I saw recently in my time in Japan, the good, the bad, and ugly. Now, first and foremost, right, let me put this out there. Japan is still a better country than America and the UK and many other Western countries, okay? But on this channel, I like giving brothers the 360 view. Japan ain't no paradise. In fact, no country on earth is a paradise. I'll tell you that, okay? There are some that are near paradises, okay? But there's no perfect country on planet Earth, okay? And that also includes Japan. Now, I went to Japan last year, and that time I knew a lot more Japanese. I knew a lot more about the culture, right? I did a lot more research. I watched many of my streams again, right? And the Patreon too, plenty of times, right? To prepare me for my time in Japan again last year. Okay. And let me tell you, the time I went shocked me. Okay. So, part 1 in this series, right? I want to talk about this virgin talk that's been put out there by the culture, by media, etc., in regards to Japan is just filled with all these virgin women waiting for you. virgin this, virgin that, go there for a virgin, it's virgins everywhere. And not even just virgins, right? Low body count chicks everywhere, right? One or two max IP. Let me tell you something, right? In my time in Japan, I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Ain't no virgins in Japan, bro. Ain't no virgins in Japan. Nah, bruv. Okay. Me going there maybe back in the 80s, 70s, 90s at the very most. In 2025, right? With social media, right? With the influx of international people that I saw that were running through Japanese chicks left, right, and center. And I saw out in the open, I refuse to believe, right? It's a country where the majority of women are virgins. It's almost impossible. And I'm gonna break down why I'm refuting that point about virgin this in Japan or low body count woman in Japan. Okay, even though there's hardly any virgins there, in my opinion, there's this perception that okay, you can't get a virgin, you get a low body count chick easily. I don't think it's easy to get a low body count chick in Japan in 2025. I'll keep it a buck. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's easy, sorry, for brothers or anyone to find a low body count chick in Japan in 2025. I'm about to expose some hardcore truths here because I don't want brothers going to a country all starry eyed, right? Oh, I'm going to get me a virgin. I'm going to get me a low body count chick. Yeah, it's possible to get a virgin and a low body count chick in Japan. It's possible, of course. But is it the norm? Is it the norm? No. Because when I was there last year, right, the amount of Japanese chicks getting ran through, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm sitting down, I'm hearing conversations, I'm eavesdropping, I'm hearing sex talk, I'm hearing what some dudes did to some chicks, what chicks are doing to dudes. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Ain't this supposed to be a conservative country? Right? Ain't this supposed to be a conservative country? Well, to me, I don't believe it's as conservative as many people say it is. In fact, I think they're quite liberal in Japan, actually. And brothers need to be aware about that before going there and thinking it's all paradise and all cookies and creams and flipping Pop Tarts. Let's break it down, okay? So Japan is a very, very over actualized country. Sex is everywhere. It's in your face when you land off the airport. When you go into a convenience store, is in your face. When you watch TV, it's in your face. It is a very, very over actualized country. And I'm thinking, I'm looking around me, right? I'm in the middle of Shibuya, right? I'm in Shibuya Crossing. I'm seeing some chicks wearing some crazy outfits. I'm seeing some billboard posters, right? With actual innuendos. I'm thinking, what is going on here? So a lot of high body count women in Tokyo, Osaka, high body count territory. And Tokyo is a wild city, bro. It is a wild city because you have women who were born in Tokyo living there, but also a lot of women who were not born in Tokyo and are in Tokyo for work. And a lot of these chicks there, right? These countryside chicks, they're not immune to the high body count culture in Tokyo. There's a lot of high body count women running amok in Tokyo. And do you know what the thing is, right? Do you know what trips me up sometimes? is that these chicks, right, would be wearing long skirts, hardly showing any skin, covering their arms, covering their chest, right? Okay, literally not a single skin on them. They're not dressed like 304s. But these women who dress so conservative, right? I kid you not, brothers. I kid you not. Okay, are packing crazy amounts of bodies. Crazy amounts of bodies. And it's not just in the cities as well. In the countryside too, women getting ran through. Now, I'm not saying all Japanese chicks are getting ran through. I'm just speaking of what I observed last year. Because I went on dates. I knew Japanese a lot more this time. I could hear what people were saying. I could understand what they were saying. I could read a woman's cues and her actions. I was like, okay, yeah. Japan is changing, and the women there are changing big time too. You probably got around 8 years until it's completely over for Japan. I'm being very honest with you. The Matrix has unfortunately infiltrated Japan. It's not over yet. It's not over. It isn't over yet. Okay, but you probably got around 5-10 years. And after that, Japan is it's a free fall. It's over. Korea has fallen. Japan will fall unless there's a divine intervention there. Because a lot of things are trickling in from the West that I didn't like, and that was high body count culture that I'm seeing there. So yes, okay, high body count women are walking around everywhere in Japan. And that's why you have to vet. You have to learn the language and you have to vet. There's a thing that me and Theo have said in the past, right? When you go abroad, never fall in love with the first woman you meet. Never fall in love, wherever you are around the world, with the first woman you meet. More than likely, she's a 304. You need to vet. And you need to learn the language, bro. Okay? So let me tell you, right, a story. Okay? I was on a date in Japan. Okay? And I went to a bar, and right, um, Japanese drinking is quite popular in the Japanese culture. Literally, it's a very, very strong drinking culture. And a lot of women there love to drink. So I'm on a date with this Japanese chick, right? And she's drinking this, drinking that, drinking that, ordering more rounds. She's just drinking, laughing, kampai, kampai. You can see she's blushing. She had red underlines in her eyes. She's blushing. The alcohol's hitting, and brothers, I'll tell you this, right. I'll tell you, let me just mention this, right. The best way to know a Japanese woman inside out, okay, is when she's off that henny. When she's off that henny, all the truths will more likely come out. You can ask her any question and she will tell you the absolute truth. When they are off that henny, okay, they tell you everything. So I remember a Japanese chick, right? I'm on a date, she's off that henny. And this Japanese chick, I give her a 8 out of 10. She was very well dressed conservatively, okay, covering her chest, covering her arms, covering her legs. And I asked her, right, during her time when she was off that henny, How many guys have you been with? How many guys have you, done the deed with? The number she told me, I I could not believe what I was hearing. In chat, type a number. Type what number you thought she told me, and after that, I'll tell you her age, and I'll tell you the real number. Take a guess in the chat. Take a guess. Take a guess. Take a guess. This Japanese chick, right, told me someone's close. It's in the 30s. Them's within the building. Shout out to you, bro. It was in the 30s. Okay, it was in the late 30s. Okay, and guess how old she was? This was a 24-year-old Japanese chick who had a body count in the late 30s. I could not believe it, because when you look at her, you see a innocent looking woman dressed conservatively, right? Um, Legs all covered. In fact, she was even wearing uh she was even wearing tights, long skirt. And she told me the number, right, in the late 30s. I looked at her like, I was like, huh? Hondo? Hondo? I said, Hondo deska. So Hondo deska means really? Hi. She's like, hi. And then she lifts her bear up. Hi. Brothers, as you can guess, there was no second date. As you can guess, there was no second date. That's a 24-year-old Japanese chick. 24. So I'm thinking, okay, no, that can't be normal. So in my time in Japan, I met foreigners there, I made new friends there, and these guys gave me the insight. And they told me, IP, you need to vet. These women ain't innocent, right? IP, these women ain't innocent. Dudes, one dude told me that, bro, I've met a chick that got a body count of 70, bro. I was like, what, 70? 70? He's like, yeah, man. Like, bro, like a lot of these girls look innocent, but they ain't innocent. And that right there is what tripped me up. They look innocent, but they're not innocent. Kawaii, 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 kawaii. All that kawaii stuff, right? That they push out. I'm like, bro, okay. And then I asked the question, right? Okay, have you dealt with virgins here in Japan? And now I'll be real with you, right? Two guys said that they came across a virgin, but the majority of women that they dealt with were not virgins, and the majority of women that they dealt with, they didn't know the body count of those chicks. But again, when Japanese chicks are off that henny, and this is advice for you brothers, right? This is advice for you brothers. If you're interested in Japanese chicks, right? If you want to date them, marry one. If you want the truth about her past and her life and her actual history, she needs to be off that henny. That is when they will tell you the absolute truth. Right? But, people will tell you, the culture will tell you there's virgins everywhere. Maybe back in the 80s and 90s, not in 2025. I'm sorry. And that chick that I went on a date with, right? She wasn't even born and raised in Tokyo. She was a countryside chick. She was a countryside chick. So even in the countryside, right? Yes, some Japanese chicks are getting ran through. So don't think that, oh, she's not from the city, she's from the countryside, she's a good girl or whatever, low body count. No, you need to vet. Don't I think the thing about Japan is that don't make assumptions in that country. Confirm it. And that's why I'm giving you brothers game right now. Okay. When Japanese women are off that henny, they will tell. They will sing like a bird. Okay. So let me now tell you, right, just how crazy the actual culture is in Japan. Okay. You go into 7-Eleven stores called Konbini, you're seeing cr- crazy magazines. And in the UK, right, we don't even have these kind of magazines out there in the open. But in your face, there's a there's an actual magazine next to ordinary things in a convenience store. I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Why is it so in your face? The billboards, right? The the fact that when you go into Tokyo, you see women standing on on the streets. How about we talk about that, right? They call it the standing problem in Japan. Brothers, I was there last year, right? I see a long line of Japanese women just standing there holding signs. I'm thinking, what the hell is this? What are they doing? So I'm with a foreigner, another foreigner, okay, someone that I met in Japan, and a Japanese dude that I met in Japan, okay, and they tell me those are women for the night. I was like, excuse me, what? IP? Those women there standing on the street holding signs are women for the night, and it wasn't like 5 women. It was like what 40 women in a row standing there holding signs. Guys going up to them, just whispering in their ear, holding their hand, taking them away. I was like, what? Bruv, woman literally standing on the streets in miniskirts, holding signs. I kid you not. In Shibuya, in Shinjuku, in Akihabara, in flipping what's our spot called? That's close to, oh shoot. Was it Ginza? I can't remember. Literally, bro. Holding signs, just standing there, looking at you, smiling at you in some cases. IP. Those are women for the night. And thing is, right, it wasn't just like a small amount of women. You could go literally 5 minutes, 5 minutes of walking, and you would see women lined up, women lined up, women lined up. And that was a long flipping walk. What, 50 women lined up? 50 women lined up. And you're like, what the hell is this? I never saw that in Panama. Yeah, I saw working chicks in Panama, right? 3 or 4s, but they weren't lined up like that, right? They'll go to their own spot, in some shady alley, and then whatever. But it's in your face in Shibuya. Literally, there could be like a popular cinema or a popular store, and women are literally standing there out in the open, where tourists are there, Japanese people are there. You can see them, right? And these are women that are selling books. These are women that are selling books. And then in some cases, right, there's a Japanese guy who I think is I don't want to say the word right, but the guy who handles these 3 or 4s. He's in a suit, or he's in a dress shirt, standing near them. I'm like, what's this? What's this, bruv? Like, and it wasn't the fact that it was in some sort of secluded place. It's in your face, bruv. It's in your face. It's everywhere. Chicks, they look around 22, 23, 20, right? Flipping what, 25? And these are good-looking Japanese chicks selling box. Some of them are dressing conservatively, some of them in miniskirts. And the ones that dress conservatively, right? You would think that she would never be doing this. And that's why I'm saying that you can't just judge how they dress anymore. I used to do that, but I stopped, right? She could be in a miniskirt, she could be she could be in a miniskirt, right? And not be a 3 or 4. She can be in a long skirt covering her arms and legs and be a 3 or 4. You need to bet in Japan. You can't go there with some sort of fantasy. This whole stuff. Oh, they're so innocent. I don't believe that anymore unless I vet her. I'm sorry. I've seen too much in my life with the Japanese chicks abroad and in their country as to how some move. That's kind of shocked me. And that's why the Patreon content confirmed what I saw in Japan this time around. Because there's some wild stories on the Patreon about Japanese chicks. And I can see why the brothers went through those stories. So I'll tell you another story, Ras, to just how over-actualized Japan is. So I'm in a hotel, right? Okay. And in my first day in Japan, I'm holding my luggages, my backpack. I'm literally, I go up the escalator and I go to my floor. Guess what I heard, brothers? I heard a Japanese chick getting down very loudly. I'm thinking, what the hell is this? You could hear the sex sounds coming from the hotel room. And I heard that every few days. I'm like, I hear it in one room, I hear it in a different room, I hear it in a different room. I'm like, what the flip is this? What's this? What's this? Bruv, I'm like, yo, bruv. Shoot, literally. And do you know what's funny, right? I'm hearing cheeks getting clapped. I was like, what the flip is this? And then she's just screeching. I'm not gonna do it, right? But she's screeching or making noises. I'm hearing cheeks. I'm hearing it from different hotel rooms. I've been to Germany, I've been to Panama, I've been all around the world, right? I have not even heard a single sex action in any hotel room. But in Japan, I'm hearing it in one room, in that room, in that room, and these chicks are they're just getting ran through. I'm like, what the flip is this, bruv? The other day after the next day, I go to my hotel room. I'm hearing it again. I'm hearing it again. She's getting clapped. She's getting clapped. Then she's making the SCX noises. Okay, I'm like, okay, yo, okay. This right here is getting way too freaky. Is this hotel freaky right now? I'm in. Okay, so that's one scenario, right? I go into my hotel room. I sit down. I chillax, right? I'm on my bed. I turn the TV on. I get a remote control. I'm flicking through channels. And guess what I saw available for me to watch? PORN, out in the open, next to action, adventure, sci-fi. I see PRN. I'm like, that can't be what I think it is. And it was what I thought and it was what I thought it was. Never in my life, across any other country I've been to, have there been the option to watch PORN in the hotel room. In Japan, bro, not only is there the option to watch that, right? There's a whole flipping catalog, a bunch of so many videos. I'm thinking, what is this? What's this? Why does my flipping TV catalog have that kind of video? Bro, bro, bro. I'm like, yo, yo. I might have to switch to, I might have to go over to Twitch in a bit. So make sure you're on Twitch as well, because if I'm going to get really deep with this stuff, right, I'm going to Twitch and kick. Literally every day, every other day. Okay, cheeks getting clapped. I'm hearing SX noises, and it's loud. It's loud. It's not like it's it's very a very faint sound, right? You're hearing her voice. She's getting smashed. It's loud. I'm thinking, what's going on? What's going on? And then I go into my hotel room. I'm trying to watch some Dragon Ball Z, taking it back to memory lane, and reminisce back in the day, you know, in the 90s, 80s. And then there's PRN, right, next to my catalog. I'm like, yo, this is some freaky country I'm in, bruv. Freaky. 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 Like, literally, bruv. In Japan, right, SCX is in the air. It's in the air. It is a very, very, what's the word for it, right? It's a very, very, it's a country where it's super hyper actualized. Super. And to me, that's a bad thing, bro. That's a bad thing. If I'm keeping a buck, that's a bad thing. And that's why, like, you get scared because, like, you don't know what kind of stuff a woman's been through in her past. You don't know what kind of, man, should I tell you the story? I don't know, man. I don't even know. Should I tell you this? I'm gonna tell you, F it. Let me read the super chat. Hold on. Shout out to the Brotherhood for the support. Having been to Japan 6 times, most recently this past January, I've seen my fair share of the SCX scene in Japan. Shinjuku hits foreigners hard for a quick buck for strip clubs and massage parlors. Definitely Westernized. Definitely, absolutely, bro. Japan is not this conservative country that we all think it is, right? I think it's a hybrid between conservative and liberal. There's definitely liberalism there in Japan, right? So, man, okay, so I got a lot to say, man. I got a lot to say. So I met this Japanese guy, right? Okay. And, I'm a foreigner. and he's Japanese. And some Japanese people want to meet foreigners, want to practice their English. So me and him, we become friends. He shows me around some parts of Japan, and we're men. We like women. Okay, so it's not what you think it is, Rocket Goon. Don't be talking that nonsense, bruv. Right? Don't do that, bruv. That's you, not me. So he told me about, you know, and I won't tell you. I won't tell you, right? Okay. Um, I won't tell you what kind of industry he works in. It's not a bad industry, but he works in an industry, okay? And it's an industry where, he meets a lot of powerful people, a lot of powerful people. And then he was telling me that, you know, um, there was this Japanese chick, okay? And she was a friend of his, or is a friend of his, right? She gets invited to some sort of function. And then there's rich and powerful men there. I ain't gonna go too much into detail, but I think you can guess what happened there. Okay? And they paid her for it. Okay? And then I see that chick, right? And this chick, from head to toe, right? Looks innocent, long skirt, arms covered. And this guy, he's just laughing at me. He's laughing like, I think I think I think he tried to tell me that, yo, it's not this paradise a lot of foreigners think. You need to vet. And he said it's quite common he said it's quite common in his industry. I won't say what industry he's talking about. I won't say it. I'm not going to say it. Okay. But he told me that, yeah, like, you don't know the past of a Japanese chick until she tells you it directly. Because again, we were hanging out. We spoke about women. I'm telling him about the problems I face in the UK with women. And I told him that UK chicks are a bunch of 3 or 4s. I said it to him, right? Obviously, I converted it to him in Japanese, what that meant, or, their version of a 3 or 4. Then he tells me all these stories about the past of Japanese chicks. A lot of Japanese chicks, right, have a past. A lot of Japanese chicks have a past, bro. And guess what? And he even and he tells me later on that, yo, IP, the Japanese economy is messed up. The Japanese economy is so messed up that women who are professional workers, who are office workers, are selling box on the side, bro. And you would never to earn, right, to earn that paper, and you would never know. Women in high heels, in black skirts, black blazer, the typical salary woman look, working at these corporations. Because the economy is so bad, some of them are selling box. And some of these dudes are taking them out on dates, not knowing that she sells box on the side, but thinking, right, she's a flipping office worker. That's why, brothers, you gotta vet. You need to know how to spot weird signs. And my problem with Japanese chicks, right, is that they're unless they're off the henny, they're so flipping secretive. You don't know what they're thinking. It's very hard to read them because they have this thing in Japan called tatamai. Tatamai, right? It means 2 faces, right? They hide their true character. You don't know what they're doing. And me as a brother, as a man, I think that I can read women pretty well, but I find it very hard to read Japanese chicks. They're so secretive. They know how to hide things, bro. Right? That's why it's important that you learn the language. You make good Japanese friends. Like there's a lot of people I know from Japan, but they ain't friends, right? Because I can spot they're moving funny style, blah blah blah, right? But guess what? You will make very good friends in Japan, and make sure that you leverage, right, all the intel they give you. Leverage everything, and also make some good foreigner friends in Japan. Those who have lived there for years, they'll tell you the whole 9 yard, bro. They told me the whole 9 yard. They told me the whole 9 yard. You had divorce, you had cheating. Oh, don't let me go into cheating, bro. That might be for part two. Don't let me start on cheating, bro. Don't let me start on that, brothers. Don't let me start with that. And the thing that's shocking, right? It's not only a Tokyo thing. You find in Osaka's a lot more worse than Tokyo when it comes to 3 or 4 women. And there's also 3 or 4 activity in the countryside. A good amount of countryside chicks are 3 or 4s. A good amount are. And I'm being real. I'm not trying to break any dreams here. Japan is still 10 times better than UK. I'd rather be in Japan right now than in the UK. But I feel like if you're gonna do Japan properly, you need to learn the language. You need to learn the language. Because 2025 in Japan with, and do you know what, right? I hate the fact that Japan has become a tourist country because a lot of foreigners are going in there, a lot of Americans, a lot of, Western people, and they push their degeneracy, right? Western culture in Japan. And a lot of Japanese chicks are copying. They're copying, they're making friends, with Americans. They're making friends with English chicks. They're making friends with, with Canadian chicks, and they're becoming influenced by how they do things. I'm just keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck. Like, and every year, immigration gets higher in Japan from everywhere, from India, from Vietnam, from America, from the UK, blah blah blah. What what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? I'm just keeping it a buck. The Matrix is creeping in heavily in Japan. You got about 5 years, 10 years, if you really want to get your Japanese princess. You got about 10 years. I'll give you that. Cause they ain't having kids as well. So that means the lack of 21-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds would be probably be quite low. So that means competition is high. And I saw it in Tokyo. These chicks, they're starting to know that they have value. Actually, how about we talk about that, right? I saw it in Tokyo, right? Because a lot has changed. That went there in 2023. A lot has changed in just over a year. These chicks, some of them are behaving like American women, particularly good looking American women. What does that mean? They know they have value, and they're playing games, they're sleeping around, they're playing hard to get. I experienced that in Japan this time around. They know they have value, bro. Some of them do. And it wasn't like that in 2023. It wasn't like that in 2023, bro. You got dudes from certain countries who are millionaires, billionaires that are tricking on Japanese chicks. That literally they are renting Japanese girlfriends for a week and they're spending thousands on them. Yeah. Yes, I was told that in Japan. Yes, I saw a couple dudes from the other countries who were clearly loaded, right? With these dime Japanese chicks spending money on them. 5, 10 years. You got about 5, 10 years, bro. And there's too much eyes on Japan. Like, too much eyes on there, bruv. Too much simping going on there that I saw from dudes that I saw from dudes. But back to the over actualized aspects, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. In fact, brothers, you you could smell the horniness in the air. You could feel the horniness in the air. A lot of these women, some of them will look at you like meat. I'll keep it a stack, bro. Like I'm on the train, right? I'm on my phone, and I'm quiet. I'm a bit of, I'm quite observant of my surroundings because I'm not food, bro. Like I have my corners left and right of my eyes, and looking sideways on my phone. But I'm aware, so he's looking at me. He might want to test me. When I go abroad, right, I ain't food. I'm always aware about my surroundings because if danger happens, I can be prepared for that, right? But on my left side, right eyes, right, Japanese chick opposite me, just staring at me, just staring at me, as if I'm meat, as if I'm food, just staring. Young Japanese chick, 22, 21, like she ain't never seen a brother before, but it was a look of lust. It was a look of lust. Mouth opened, just looking at me. I'm like, what's this? In the UK, I don't get that kind of lustful looks in the UK. But these chicks, right? They right there. They're looking at you as if you're meat, as if you're flipping peri peri chicken from Nando's, bruv. As if you're flipping burger from Chick-fil-A, bruv. As if you're flipping, vanilla shake from Five Guys, bro. As if you're food, bruv. As if you're flipping mac and cheese with collard greens, bro. There's a strong horniness in the air there, bro. Strong, strong actual tension there, bruv. And that's not a good thing because if a woman is looking at me like that, right? How many dudes has she done that to? How many dudes have replied to it and then ran through her? And that goes on to my next point, brothers. Love hotels and the nightlife. Oh man. Hmm. 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 Love hotel and the nightlife. So before I break down this whole crazy hookup culture scene in the nightlife, right? Let me tell you what a love hotel is. A love hotel, right, love hotels are everywhere in Japan, in the city, in the countryside. Okay. And what it does is in the name itself. It's a hotel you book for 2 hours a day or night where you and the girl go there for the sole purpose of getting down in that hotel. That's it. And then you have different things that you have like um anime themed love hotel, a manga themed love hotel, certain themes, certain smells. Someone was telling me this, right? Because I was going everywhere in Tokyo, right? Osaka, right? The countryside. I keep seeing these love hotels in Japanese or in English. Love hotel, love hotel, love hotel. I'm like, yo, this is everywhere. So I know what that is, right? And then I go to the nightlife. I'm partying, right? I'm partying, and I kid you not, I kid you not. There was this dude, right, that I was partying with in the club. He meets a Japanese chick in the club. They're dancing, they're grinding, they're having drinks, etc., etc. And then later on in the night, right, bro tells me, IP, I'm off here, bro. So what do you mean you off? Yo, she wants to go to a love hotel. A what, sorry? She wants to go, me and her, to a love hotel. Wow. Are you serious, bro? Yeah, yeah, bro. Dap him up. He's off. Another dude I meet in the nightlife. He's real cool. We chopping it up. Meets a girl there, starts dancing there. Hey, IP, what's up, bro? I'm off, bro. To where, brother? Um, to a love hotel with this chick. Left, right, center, forward, this, that. People leaving the clubs for these love hotels. You see lines queuing up for these love hotels. I'm like, what's this, bro? I thought this was the land of virgins. I thought this was the land of low body count women, left, right, forward, center. I'm gonna keep it a stack. And then I'll tell you what, right? So I'm by myself, I'm chilling, I'm calling, right? I meet this chick. I meet this chick, okay? And she, we start dancing. You know, she's good looking chick. As even I can't believe I pulled that, right? And then we're having a great time. She tells me where she's from in Japan, and then we go to Konbini. So Konbini is convenience store. We leave the club, we go Konbini, we get like a coffee. There's this Japanese brand called something coffee. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's I don't know. Coffee is like a golden yellowish branding. We buy it. She gets Red Bull, all that stuff. So we're chilling. Then we go back into the club. Okay. Then we're dancing. And then she gets closer. I'm sitting down and she's just looking at me in my eyes. Yo, I need to keep it PG. Oh shoot. So she's looking at me in my eyes, right? And I'm like, okay, that's a pretty intense look. I'm bopping my head to the music. I think Daft Punk is playing. Daft Punk. So I'm bopping my head into music. One more time. Dun-dun. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. So I'm bopping to that. I'm chilling, right? I'm smiling. I'm on holiday. I'm chilling. Like I'm at the UK, and then she's just staring at me in my eyes, staring at me. She gets closer, gets to my ears. IP, you want to go Love Hotel? I was like, huh? What? Huh? Uh, Love Hotel? in a Japanese accent. Guess what I did, right? In the chat. Guess what IP did? Oh, guess what IP done? When she asked IP, right? Do you want to go Love Hotel? Fire away chat. Fire away chat. Fire away chat. I said to her, right? What's a Love Hotel? And she looks at me funny. Huh? What's a Love Hotel? And then she's like, Love Hotel. She's part outside. Let's go, let's go. And I said, I don't know what that is. And then I'm doing it. I know actually I'm doing it, but I'm doing it on purpose. I had no intention with doing anything with her. I had no intention. I had no intention, but I'm playing around with her, right? And I'm like, what is that? I don't know what that is. Love hotel, love hotel, love hotel, love hotel. She's off the henny, right? She just saying love hotel like a goddamn robot. And then I don't know. And she starts saying, SEX, 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 SEX. I said to her, nah, not happening. No. I said, yeah, yeah, nah. Done, yeah. I'm not, nah, yeah. I continue dancing, yeah, no, no. And then her face was like, what the hell just happened? So her expression, right, proves to me one point. She doesn't get told no often when it comes to her wanting to do that activity in a love hotel. It's probably quite common in her culture to be doing that. I said to her, Iye means no in Japanese. Iye, Zen Zen. I continue dancing to the music. And she just walks away. Who the hell do you think I am, lady? This is IP. You talking to, lady. You don't tell me love hotel, love hotel, love hotel. I don't think so. Right? Bruv. That was the second time it happened to me. It happened to me the night before, in a club. A woman requesting love hotel. Real bold. And thing is, brothers, these are innocent looking women. These are women that they don't look like 3 or 4s. Yeah, they're showing some skin, arms are out, maybe some legs because it's a nightlife, right? Right? But not to the point where they all dress up like American chicks, booty shorts out, stomach out, wearing a bra. They weren't dressing like that. These were normal chicks that I spoke to that worked normal jobs, innocent looking. Basically, the woman that you would think that, okay, she may be a virgin or she has a very low body count. But they're telling me they want to go love hotel. So imagine a woman like that, right, who's partying every week. How many dudes has she ran through in love hotels? IP ain't no number. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that, ladies. I'm telling you, brothers, right? You need to vet. So you won't definitely find wife in the nightclub in any scene in Japan. The wifeys are not in the nightclub. I know it's to find wifey in Japan. I won't see on the stream, but I know how to navigate and find wifey in Japan. I know what to say. I know how to get her to confess to her past. I'm giving you some hints there, right? Which when she's off that henny, you start asking questions. You start asking the real questions. What do you think about your dad? Is your dad in your life? Right? How many dudes you've been with? What's the craziest thing you've done in the bedroom? Now, the woman that I went on a date with, what she told me was the craziest thing she did in the bedroom. I can't say it on the stream. I can't say it. I can't say it. It's too wild. It's too freaky. And as you know, there was no second dates. There was no second dates. 5 years, 10 years. You got about 5 years, 10 years. I think 10 years max. Because things in Japan move slow. But the seeds were already planted, I would say, back in back in 2008, 2009, 2010, when Obama was in power. I think you need to understand that Obama ruined a lot of things. Obama's policies and liberalism. I think the whole world changed, right? 2008. And the seeds were planted because they know the powers that be are trying to corrupt Japan in any way possible. Okay. And the seeds were planted with Obama's time in office. It starts with feminism. It starts with, so-called women's rights. It starts with the little things that they say is a problem, right? And then it starts going into, oh, why can't women have different partners? Why can't women have a high body count? Why can't women be free themselves sexually? These are conversations that I was hearing last year in Japan, right? And be careful of Americanized Japanese chicks, Japanese women who were born in America, but they are ethnically Japanese, or they were raised in America for a long time. You keep away from them, and you keep away from any friends she's with. Any Japanese girl that's friends with an American Japanese girl, I end it. I end it. There's no second date. There's no whatever. American Japanese women in Japan are pushing out a very demonic liberal agenda. Okay? When I was there in Japan, I came across a few who kept complaining about Japan's culture. Oh, Japan for me is too conservative. I can't be myself. Oh, I can't wear certain skirts. I can't wear certain shirts. I can't show too much skin. These were what American Japanese chicks were telling me. So imagine them pushing that poison to their Japanese female friends who were born in Japan and raised in Japan. And then it spreads. I'm telling you, the seeds have already been planted. The reason why I say 5-10 years, because I feel like Trump's being in power right now will delay things. Trump isn't going to push out liberalism. Trump will not force Japan to adopt feminism, to adopt liberal nonsense. That's not what Trump and the current administration are thinking about doing. That's why I said you got around 5 to 10 years. Now, if the Democrats want it this time around, I'd say 5 years minimum, 5 years max. The seeds have been planted there and it's growing. I look at Japanese news nowadays. I'm hearing about DEI. Why is DEI even a conversation in Japan? Why the hell is DEI even a conversational topic in Japan? I'm telling you, I am telling you, brothers, you got 5-10 years. I'm about to open up the phone lines in a bit. If you want to chime in and ask questions, right? Don't ask sensitive questions. I can't go too deep on certain topics. I can't explain what the girl told me about her, you know, her crazy past or her crazy actual experience. I can't do that. Shout out to Darius Chambers for the support. Theo has been I wouldn't say so, bro. Again, you know, Theo Theo has lived in Japan and Theo has his own opinion. I mean, we must respect Theo's opinion, right? And how he sees things. I see things in one way, he does in a different way, and that's okay. In fact, a lot of the times we agree in the same issues in Japan and the same topics. Okay, so I wouldn't say I don't believe that. Theo has his own assessment. his own opinions, and that must be respected. Okay? Shout out to Drew Beats for the support. Japanese girls are way too hot to be innocent. I agree. I agree. And I think that's part of Japan's powerful PR. Japan's got a very, very powerful PR. Unless you live in Japan yourself, you're going to think Japan is some sort of paradise. Some sort of paradise. You would have no idea as to how frequently they cheat over there in Japan. And that's for another discussion. I could go a lot about cheating in Japan, bro. I could give you a whole flipping 5-hour segment about the cheating culture, what foreigners have been through, what Japanese guys go through, how Japanese housewives are cheating left and right, those in the workplace are running through their I don't want to go too deep into it. But yes, I agree. These women are way too good looking to think that they're innocent. That's why I mentioned before, I don't want to marry or get with for the long term a 10 out of 10, a 9 out of 10. There's problems with that. More than likely, she won't be a virgin or have a low body count. More than likely, she'll be high maintenance. More than likely, she'll do hypergamy. Problems come with hot looking chicks of any race and any culture, right? I don't want it. Shout out to Mr. Bubble Guppy for the support. Don't ask me how. I know, but there used to never be black guys in the video industry, and now it's the fastest category in Japan. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness. There you go. There you go. So it must explain why I'm on the train and some of these chicks are looking at me like I'm food, as if I'm sushi, as if I'm teriyaki chicken, you know, as if I'm flipping Yoshinoya or Sukiya beef bowl. It must explain. So you're telling me, in a certain video industry, black men, Japanese women is the fastest growing category in Japan. Yeah. And last point here, right? Great super chat, Bubble Guppy, right? Quite a good amount of Japanese chicks watch that naughty stuff. You'll be surprised. Quite a lot of these Japanese chicks watch that naughty stuff. They watch it. They watch it like as if it's gonna as if tomorrow there'll be no more videos online. So today's my last day to watch as much as I can. They watch it, bro. The chick that I went on the date on, she told me she watches it. And she told me her friends watch it too. They watch it. They watch it. She even told me that, hey, IP, sometimes ours is a bit weird. I like watching Western content, IP. I was like, what? I said, Hondo? Hondo desu ka? That means really? Really in Japanese? So, hi, hi. Her drinking her beer. Right. She has red cheeks. She's clearly flushed. She's like, Japanese version can be a bit weird, but other countries it's okay. Dajibu, dajibu desu, dajibu, dajibu. I'm thinking, what's this? So that is part one, okay, of the actualized culture in Japan, okay, and I want to mention that Japan is 10 times better than UK and America. Despite that, I'd rather be living there right now than here. But I feel like brothers need to know the real deal, how to maneuver, how to live out there, questions to ask. Yes, you can find wifey out there. You can find wifey in Japan. Absolutely, you can. In fact, there's more wifey women in Japan than you can in America. But you need to vet, and you can't go there thinking because she's wearing long skirt, covers her arms and her neck, she's something conservative, non 3 or 4 wifey chick. More than likely, she won't be. Don't fall in love with the first woman you meet. The first woman that gives you play, don't fall in love with her. Guarantee you, you're simping, you're in dreamland. You won't. It's not going to be what you think it is. Okay, it's not going to be. It's not going to be what you think it is. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. Okay, if you've been in Japan, okay, and you want to speak about your time there, now you can call in. If you want to ask me questions, feel free to do so. Okay, I'm probably going to take the stream to Twitch and Kick in a bit, because so make sure you're following me on Twitch and Kick. I'm probably going to end the YouTube stream and move it to Kick and Twitch and carry on there. Okay, because I'm speaking about some. If I want to go deeper, I can't speak about it on YouTube. Okay, so make sure you're following me on Twitch and on Kick, because there'll definitely be streams that will only be maybe part 3 that will only be on Twitch and Kick and not on YouTube. Okay, part 1 a bit toned down. Part 3, I think it definitely will be only be on Twitch and Kick, unless I tone it down, because I'm going to speak about some crazy things there. Okay, so let me open up the phone lines. Okay, and y'all can call in and chime in. I'm gonna be here for another hour at least. We'll see how it goes. Call in. Osaka. Damn. If you meet a woman from Osaka, double vet, triple vet, right? Double vet, triple vet, because Osaka is. You think Tokyo is wild? Osaka is even more wilder. Woman coming up to you and letting you know that, yeah, you can get down with her right there, right now. That's how some of these Osaka chicks move. I'm keeping a buck. Double vet. Oh man. Give me a minute. Let me get some water. All right, we back. Bro, Fukuoka, Fukuoka has the most beautiful chicks in Japan, bro. Right? Remember that, brother. From what I heard, it's probably just as bad as anywhere else, bro. Shout out to Mr. King New for the support. Black man's image is growing more and more in Japan. What coincidence now we got Assassin's Creed Shadows. But you know, in that game, right? There's an agenda, a certain agenda they're pushing that game, the rainbow agenda. So that's not a win for us, in my opinion, bro. It ain't a win. It's not a win. F that game. F it. Let me bring in. Who's that? Can you turn your camera in the background, Jam? So I know your brother. Is that actually Jam? Yep. Thank you, Jam. Camera off. Let me bring in Jam in the background. What's going on, bro?
I'm just glad he finally hit this stream. I missed most of it, but I heard your last final points, there's a lot I want to say about that. I'll be quick about it, though. I can tell, right? I know you have a lot of respect for Theo. I do as well. That man has helped me and plenty of other brothers. But I do think that there's just some things that we're going to disagree with, and I think it's a generational thing. Back in the day, when I say back in the day, I mean like in the 1500s, right? Being the old wise man, there was a lot of stock in that. There was a lot of value in that, because if you were a man born in, like, let's say the year 1400 versus a man being born in the year 1450, your life wasn't really that much different, So the advice that an old man would give you, right, for the most time was valuable, because you were essentially living the same life that your dad did, your granddad did, and so on and so forth. So the sage advice of the old man was much more valuable back then. However, now, if you talk about someone who's 80, right, in their childhood versus someone today, heck, even my childhood, mind you, I'm under 30, right, versus the childhood of like someone like my nephews who are teenagers, is completely different. I didn't grow up. Social media just started becoming a thing in my teenage years. My nephew had a phone at 2. I didn't have a phone until I was, dang near an adult. So this is what I mean, and I've heard, I understand Theo. He has a high regards to Japan. I haven't been there. You've been there. I plan on going there this year, so I guess I'll find out for myself. I have not been there yet. However, some of the things that he said, I just think, and this is coming from someone who does do the work. Jam, not Jam, IP, that I do the work, right? I speak Portuguese at a very high level. I didn't speak any Portuguese since I first moved to Brazil. Right, I learn. I put in work every day. I work as a software engineer. I'm not opposed to putting in the work, but you only have so much time. So that's the reason why we tune into your streams, because we want to see where we want to put our time in, since all time is finite. So, when someone like Theo is saying, oh, okay, learn Japanese first and then go there. It's like, well, I want to make sure that I'm putting the effort and I'm going to get something out of it.
But Phil's right. Phil's right. Learn Japanese, bro. The reason why I'm able to do the stream, Jam, because I knew Japanese a lot more this time, and that opened my eyes up to a lot of things, right? So Phil is definitely right there, and I don't want to harp on Phil's point. I can only say my view, and Phil says his view. I don't want to discredit him or anything like that. If Phil says what he believes it is, then we have to respect that and accept that. Now I can give my opinion about something, and that's it, right? I'm not here to discredit anyone at all. I'm only here for my own intel. I didn't mention Phil from my stream. I didn't mention anyone else. I'm just speaking about what I saw, okay? And that's it, bro. Okay.
I appreciate it, because I've heard all of your Japanese streams. I've heard, you were very ecstatic from the first stream I've heard you from. And then I guess the last time you weren't so ecstatic. So I can see the change. And so I'll just get to my overall point. I think, all these countries, right, it's eventually going to become the West. It's just to varying degrees. You know what I mean? It's eventually going to be this, whether all roads lead to America, unfortunately. Until the American empire falls, this is just how it's going to be. So this is the reason why I'm wary against marriage or long-term commitments, right, where you're saddled because you just don't know how things are going to change. You know what I mean? I've said this before. I mentioned this again. If you were married in the 70s, you were married under the auspice that if your wife cheated on you, she would get nothing. And then the laws changed in the 80s. So you don't know how things are going to go. All you can look at is trends, right? And so, like I said, the first time I actually discovered your channel was one of your old Japanese streams. And if we go back on that stream, you were much more ecstatic. You related to me. You sounded kind of like very giddy, back then versus, the stream you have now. So as you can see, the trends are not, they're not going to a particular way. So all I'm saying is that we know what these women look for, and we know the pitfalls. So I just don't. This is where I kind of agree with the last streamer or the last caller. We had the kid in Germany, and he made it so that the laws were on his side or something like that. I just think that's the way forward. Like this whole idea of like this. I just think marriage and all that stuff. That's just a time for a different age. You know what I mean? Like it's like the horse and buggy. You know what I mean? I just don't. I mean, can some people make it work? Sure, but the overall majority of people who go in that standpoint, it's just not. It's not going to suit them. And it's going to become less and less and less as time goes on. So I do agree that Japan's better than the U.S., of course, right? I mean, the U.S. is like literally the worst, but they're all going to be going towards this way. So I just think just go in a place where you have leverage, and I also think that you should very, very rarely, right, give up your leverage. That's why I'm very wary about marriage, and I mean even having kids and all that stuff, because at that point you're giving up leverage. And, you don't know. It's like, I look at this similarly, like, women like children, like, children respect you because you have authority. But actually, I'll give you a quick example. I had a nephew I used to watch over, right? And he would listen to me because he thought I could inflict physical punishment. Let's just leave it at that. All right. Then one day he heard his mom talking to my mom, and he overheard that I actually can't inflict a physical punishment. Right. Now, I was never going to do that. I don't hit people, but just the thought that I could kept him in line. Once he realized that I couldn't do that, he completely changed, And that's kind of how it goes in all these areas. Like, yeah, they have this culture now, but once that culture changes, like what you said before, why can't we be promiscuous? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Once that changes, they change. So, yeah, I just think you should get your leverage. I mean, you're going to have more leverage in Japan than you will in the U.S., but I don't think like the whole, I mean, look, some people do it, but I just think that marriage is a long, long time. And as we can see from your first stream, which was, I think, 3 years ago or something like that, to now, to see how much of a difference there was from when you talked in your first stream to now. And can you imagine putting that 50 years? Yeah, I'm just not willing to take that risk.
But a good point there, because what's up, Jay? I see you in the background. Hold on, bro. Leverage. Now, again, Japan is better than the UK and the US by far. Okay, there's problems there, but it's a lot more better to live there than UK and America. As a man in Japan, you are definitely valued, and you definitely have leverage. Now, again, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and there'll be a time where I will talk about the good things about Japan. Okay, but now I'm getting the bad things out of the way, why I don't like it, etc., and the ugly stuff. Right? As a man, you have leverage there in Japan because you're a foreigner, right? And you have a foreign currency. And if you have a good job or credentials or education, you are in the top tier man there. They value education quite heavily in Japan, okay? Particularly IT, from what I saw out there and what I experienced. So essentially, right, you have women after you, not only Japanese chicks, but also foreign chicks in Japan. And this might surprise you, but there's a lot of foreign chicks there. And when I say foreign chicks, I ain't talking about flipping Keisha, Maria, Becky in the US. I'm talking about Kazakhstani chicks, Taiwanese chicks, Brazilian chicks, Russian chicks in Japan. That'll be after you too. And the Japanese dudes are not wifing them. Yeah, they may be smashing some of them, but they ain't wifing them. Japanese guys want Japanese women first and foremost. Okay? So there's a lot of lonely foreign chicks there in Japan that ain't getting love. I mean, Japan is still, 97% Japanese, 98%. Okay? So they ain't getting love, and they'll be after you. Okay? And now being in a different stream, I'll talk about the good things about being a man in Japan. It is a very, very man-first country, and that's why I love it. Men come first in Japan, and men are respected. And I will respect the Japanese for that culture. So Japan is not all lost. It isn't. But you have to know the language, know how to move out there. Don't go out there starry eyes, and bet. Any questions, Jam, if I bring in a new caller? You want to rebut that?
No, everybody. I agree with everything. I'll just be quick because I know you have other people. I just kind of want to be a wallflower on this conversation. But I will just say this. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. My thing is the whole vetting. Like, I don't agree with the vetting, right? You know what I mean? You can vet someone and then someone can change. I agree with leverage, you know? So my whole thing is once someone has leverage over you, they can change over time. They can be good. At one point, people understand marriage is a lifetime. So if you get married at 30, you live to be 80, that's 50 years. So you vet someone for what, maybe a year or two, and then you expect them to be the same for 50 plus years when you don't have leverage. I just think that the number one thing we should be we should be the number one thing we should be valuing is leverage. Like that's it. And I think it's true with every single country, including Brazil. Like, I love Brazil here. I missed your stream yesterday. I was occupied. I was out. You know, I could have talked about that, but it's whatever. But I just think, you know, leverage is the number one thing. And that's the reason why I'm just worried about getting married or even having kids and all that stuff, because that's just me losing leverage. But again, I'll be a wallflower because I missed most of the streams. I just want to hear what other people have to say.
Stay there, Jam, because I want to come back to that and speak about. So you tell me, brother, think about it, Jam. You tell me the solution to not get married. Okay, so you're saying don't get married, don't have kids. Okay, so tell me what the solution is. Okay, if it's not marriage, is it having a long-term girlfriend for life? But think about it, Jam. Okay, I'll come at you afterwards. Jay Takashi, been a minute, brother. Give me a thumbs up, brother. Can I bring you in? Camera on, thumbs up. Okay, let me bring in Jay Takashi in the background. Mr. J, been a minute, brother. How you keeping, bro?
Brother IP, it is a blessing to see you again. How have you been, my man?
I've been all right, brother. I've been all right. It's good to hear from you, brother. You are an OG member, and there's always a spot for you on this platform, brother. Appreciate you, bro.
And brother, thank you for always having me on here, man. Always listen. I know I haven't been tuning in as much into all your streams, but I've been trying to catch up to them when I'm listening to them at work. So you know, I do my best to see the information you provide. But to speak on this, what you saw, I'm not gonna lie. You're not wrong. I have military brothers over there in Japan, and they've told me, well, at least the girls that they find that were diamonds in the rough that they did marry, they got lucky because guess what? One of them will be marrying a P star right about now, and they wouldn't have known it. So it is overly sexualized, my friend. And I think the term you were trying to use earlier, IP was JAV, right? You know what that is, right, over there in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Listen, as long as you know that, I knew what you were talking about because you said there's a term that I can say, and I'm like, and I know what you were talking about when you were saying that. I know what it is. It's and guess what? That whole 40, I saw 40 women in a line in Japan. I think I know what district you're talking about. I think I know what district you're talking about because somebody actually had posted up a video on YouTube of the area of I think they said at Tokyo at night or Shibuya at night is what it was.
Bro, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. And it's like in 4K. It's like in 4K. You literally see, dude. I don't know if he was black or Caucasian, but the dude had it in 4K. You could see the whole street out there. And my buddy said, "Yeah, that's real. That's real. They're out there like that." But the fact that you said, I thought it was like somewhere around 25. You said 40. I was like, Jesus Christ. That is yikes. The only thing I'm gonna say to this, I want to say to this and thoroughly is what IP said is correct to everybody out here. Like, please learn your Japanese fully. Do not learn on a. Okay, this is just me. Maybe this is just me, and maybe because I don't know. IP might agree or disagree. Learn a few words when you first start, but do not be a beginner level. Be an intermediate to almost an expert. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because for IP to spot the words, he was able to tell when that girl was quote unquote tipsy or let alone drunk anything. That tells you that basic phrases, Japanese phrases aren't going to work. You're going to have to really sit down and listen and really evaluate what these girls are saying. And the biggest tell for me was he says she was covering up everything. You think she was a nice innocent girl, and then she said 30. The number worth her B count was 30, even though she didn't look like she hasn't been through anything. So, what that is, so the biggest tell that I'm going to tell you guys is be intermediate with your Japanese to almost expert, because you need a vet. You need to really pay attention to what they're saying, and also to minimize risk. If you want to be in a relationship with somebody, yikes. I don't know, man. At this point, um, I think you're. I don't want to tell anybody this, but it's just me. My best point, honestly, even though I think other Japanese women are beautiful, I'll say this: a lot of them have just been ran through at this point, which is kind of crazy to me. So probably your best point is really to go with a Taiwanese girl that's foreign over there. But also vet her too. She's not off the hook either. Just go with some of the ones that are like kind of like, let's say if there are Philippines there, if there are Pakistani girls there, see if there's even a German girl there. Like that seems like the safest bet. But do not lower your guard now. Ask questions as many as you need to. Don't be overly, I would say, anxious with asking questions. Just ask normally, as if you were on an actual date. Just do it smoothly, and no, like I said, you let them talk long enough. Like IP says, they'll tell them themselves.
Mm. Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah,
Yes. They were always telling themselves fat, bro. I just want to just a comment here in regards to Mr. FD Door. FD Door, my door's open for you to reach out to me on IG if you want to come on here on an interview. But I'm going to have to rebut your point here, bro, because Korean women ain't far off as well from Japanese chicks. If I'm honest with you, I was there in Korea in 2023, and I saw a lot of 304 activity in Korea. In fact, I think Korea has fallen. I think Korea has fallen officially, and it is basically the America of East Asia. If I'm honest with you, brother, I saw a lot of freak activity in South Korea, and I wouldn't advise brothers to, think that they'll go there in South Korea. It'll be easy for them. It's a white man's spot in South Korea. If I'm honest with you, Japan is good for brothers. Korea 50-50, China no, but I didn't like Korea. I didn't like what I saw in Korea, and a lot of Korean chicks are throwing that box around from what I saw in Seoul. So Korea ain't far off, bro. If I'm honest with you, these Korean chicks. That's what I'm saying, brother. That's why I felt. But if you want to call in and disagree, FD Door, it's open for you, bro. Brother, clubbing is mainstream in Korea, bro. Hongdae, Taiwan. But I was clubbing literally every day in South Korea, bro. And they party crazy in Korea. In fact, I will put Korea top 5 party cities that I've been to, so far. It's lit.
I'm like,
I,
yeah, well, the J-pop there. I mean, I remember like the K-pop there. Like, what do you think they do? Like, yeah, at nighttime they party a lot. Yeah.
Facts, so yeah, Korea has fallen, FF Door. But if you disagree, FF Door, you can reach out to me on IG. I can get you up for an interview. You can call in. But yeah, so any other points you want to make, Jay?
Yeah, there was something else I wanted to talk about. And like I said, this is gonna come off weird on my end because I'm gonna tell people this. I'm not a big drinker. I don't, like I said, if I drink it's something light. But the thing is, the fact that the majorities, like I said, they're heavy in the drinking over in Japan. That's never been my thing because I don't. And IP, you know me. I do not touch drunk girls.
Hold on, Jay. It's not the fact, but when I say heavy drinker, right? Like think heavy drinking times 5. Everyone drinks. Most people drink in Japan. Most people, you're going to what's that thing called? It's izakaya, right? You're going to a small izakaya. You just ordering drinks, bro. I'm telling you, drinking is a huge culture there in Japan, and it's shocking. Like far worse than UK. Okay, but it's also a good thing because that's when you can ask the real tough questions, and then she will turn herself. Right, just ask the questions. Okay, so
Right.
carry on, Jay. But Jay,
Yeah.
don't mention about drunk chicks about certain activities. Keep on chat, bro. Okay, just no crazy talk, please. Okay.
No, I got you. Definitely. My apologies. You gotta be careful with that. To be YouTube friendly. My apologies, brother. Yeah, it's just the thing is, like I said, I'm it is part of their culture, even though that's not really my thing. It's just more so I'm more into a girl that you can talk to, particularly without having a, the occasional drink and, things like that. Because I don't, I tell people this, I just don't engage in that because, like I said, it's not a good environment for me. And also, more often than not, you know how the clubs are in UK or in America. Like people get sloppy, things like that, and incidents tend to happen. So just so we don't stay too close on that. But brother IP, well, I guess the question I would ask you is, what would be your advice for brothers who are trying to seek relationships out there, like besides just vetting and how to minimize risk.
Learn the language. Know what spots to go to. I won't say the spots here on the stream, but there's certain
Right.
spots that I know is verified. I know where you can find wholesome women. I know how you can, navigate that scene. I would say vet. Any woman you come across, any woman that you think is potential wifey, vet her very well. And be patient. Be very patient. For me, I always ask about her parents. I need to know if she comes from a 2-parent household. Once I hear or dad left or I was raised by my mom, there's no second date. There's no second date. And I know that sounds
Right.
ruthless, but I'm not playing no games here with chicks from single mother households or single parent households. I'm trying to minimize risk here, because they'll do it to us. Like if you're not tall enough, if you ain't got a certain style, they'll be cutthroat with you. So I encourage men to be cutthroat with any chick, right? That doesn't fit your standards. They'll do it to you. Stop simping. Stop it.
Correct.
That's my advice, bro. I would say also avoid Tokyo, Osaka for wifey. You can find wifey there, but again, you need to vet very well. You need to ask the right questions. Okay, I'm not saying all of them are 3 or 4s in Osaka and Tokyo, but there's just some things you got to be cognizant of. The culture, the cheating culture, drinking culture, high body count culture, the whole corporate work culture. That's a problem for me. I'd be very careful with women who are too career focused, because those women will do anything for promotion. They'll do anything, for money in the corporate world, and that means doing certain things with their bosses that I won't get too deep into, which is what I heard in Japan. Okay, so
Yeah.
yes, there's a lot of nuances here and things to take in. This isn't the 90s anymore, the 80s. This is 2025. This is 2025. The economy is bad in Japan, right? And a lot of women are desperate and they'll do crazy things. Just be careful out there. I think it'll be good if you can get into a rich circle, or a woman who's in a rich circle. And I kind of, did when I can't say too much, but I kind of tried to, but something happened. I can't speak on it. But I think that circle will give you access to really high value women, etc., etc. You being a foreigner will give you even more of a better chance to do so because you're black, etc., etc. They want to know more about you. So you're suddenly in those Ginza circles, right? And Ginza's a rich place in Tokyo. And there's a lot of rich Japanese people there who want to meet foreigners, right? They're driving Lamborghinis,
Wow.
Ferraris. And I met a few out there. Okay.
Oh,
Got
okay.
some connects there. So yeah, so you gotta know how to move out there in Japan, bro, honestly. And you'll be good.
I understood. Thank you, brother IP. I appreciate it. And it's just, just like I tell people, like I said, not to deter hope for many of these cats out here, but it is spreading. So it's just,
Sir, you
you
mind if I
gotta.
ask you a question? Or you mind if I ask you? Because I recognize you from before, man. I recognize you on these Japanese streams. Like, you know a little bit of Japan, of Japanese. You've been in Japan before. I recognize you, right? right? Am I correct in that assessment?
I've been on the stream before, but I'm going to Japan this year. I was taking classes recently,
Oh,
so
you
yeah.
have it. Okay, you're not the one I was thinking. Okay, you're not the one I was
Yeah.
thinking of. Okay, my apologies. All right, never mind. My
No, no,
apologies.
no, it's fine, bro.
So,
Um,
you have a question, Jay, before I go back to Jem?
Well, I mean, I
no,
asked you
no.
this. I asked you this before I was going to get his input, but I mean, I guess I think I kind of know his input already. But I'll just ask just to quell curiosity. It's like, my thing is, I'm only willing to learn a language, right, if it's going to benefit me. You know what I mean? So now, now I speak Spanish, I speak Portuguese to a really high level, and it's because even if the women, right, let's say the women are washed. Right, I love the Brazilian culture. So I like being in Brazil. I love how people are nice. I like, there's a big drinking culture in Brazil as well, by the way. But I think it's all right. So I like the culture better than America. So just living in Brazil, right, it was worth it to me to learn the language just to interact with the Brazilian people. But like, I know a lot of people, they want to learn Japanese because of anime, kawaii, that type of stuff. So if they're not getting that type of chick, right, if that's an illusion, I don't think I think that deters a lot. At least for me personally, that deters me from. I mean, because I just think about how long it took me to learn to get to my Portuguese to this level. You know what I mean? And Portuguese is a Latin language, so we have the same letters, and it's similar to English, right? And I already spoke Spanish beforehand, so I can only imagine how much effort it's going to take to learn Japanese. I know because I tried it before. The kanji is ridiculous, so it's like, is it worth? You know what I mean? Is it worth it to put in that work, right? If it's just going that way. I mean, I guess I know you said there's other benefits. So I guess I'm waiting for the stream about the benefits of being a man and all that stuff. But I want to know about what makes it worth it to put that, because that's a big investment. And I know because I've done that investment several times in several different languages. So I'm very aware. I'm not going to just learn, like, for example, I'm not going to just learn some obscure language like Swahili. Actually, I might learn Swahili because it's in Kenya. But you get the idea. I'm not going to learn some random language unless it's going to benefit me. So that's kind of the question I was asking.
I think, brother, you should learn. If you should learn what you want to learn. If you like a culture, I think you should learn it. Not only for women, but for meeting people, connections wise. You never know who you could meet that could change your life in a positive way. Because you know their language. Some people want to learn a language from each continent. One from Asia, Africa, Europe, Americas. Brother, there's 126 million Japanese people. Japanese culture is big. Japanese people are everywhere in Brazil, right? In America, they know the language. You never know who you can meet, Jam. So I would say continue learning it, brother, if you want to. Don't think about it from a woman perspective. Think about it in terms of I could meet people that could be in my network, and me knowing the language makes it easy to communicate with them.
No, I agree. I guess what I'm saying is that, like, the reason why I was motivated to learn Spanish was because there's a lot of Spanish speakers in America, right? I ended up living in Miami, so learning Spanish was a big help for me. And the reason why I was motivated to learn Portuguese was because I wanted to live in Brazil. But like, unless you want to stay in Japan, there's really not that many. For example, like German, right? I have no interest in learning German because every German I meet speaks English. So it's like you know what I mean? So it's like I'm very strategic about my language learning, because you only have so many hours in a day, and it does take time. It does take time to get proficient in a language. So I'm really only going to learn a language, right, if it's going to benefit me, right, to learn it. And I think a lot of people, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, maybe I'm just I was gonna say, maybe I'm just I'm driven by my other head or something like that. But like, I think a lot of people are motivated to learn Japanese because of, well, one, anime, and then two, that kawaii, cutesy type, like, get like that Japanese wife type of culture. But if you're saying that that's not there, right, then I think that's a big loss. Like, for example, even if you told me that all the Brazilian women are like, they're like American women, right, or they're, there's no wives, right, which I would still learn Portuguese, because there's a lot of other aspects about Brazil and even Portugal that makes it worth it to learn the language. But I think, at least from what I'm seeing, I don't know, maybe other people, look, there's not too many Japanese speakers outside of Japan. So unless you really want to live in Japan, is it really worth? And it's also, you have to say, the learning curve is also much higher than like Spanish or Portuguese.
When are you going to Japan?
It'll probably either be in August, or I was trying to go in April, but then something came up. But yeah, I was trying to go in April because I want to go and see the cherry blossom season. But it's going to be definitely sometime this year. I'm flying. My place is out until May, so I'll be going to Asia, and I'll probably be hitting Japan. I'm going to be doing all the tour. I'll be going to Korea. All that. I want to see all of them. So I'm going to be doing an Asian tour for the second half of the year.
Go Japan. Go there first and make that decision before you end learning language. Go there and experience it yourself, bro. That's all I can tell you. Go there. You see how different it is. You see how 10 times better that is in the West. Go there, bro. It will shock you. Then make your choice from there. So PPOG. Who's that? Can you turn your camera on in the background? PPOG, so I know you're not a troll. And you're okay, yes, brother. Yes, you are, brother. Turn your camera off, brother. Let me bring in PPOG in the background. What's going on, PPOG? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, fellas?
I'm all right, brother. How you doing, man?
I am doing well. How are you guys?
I'm all right, brother. Thank you very much for calling in, brother. Much appreciate, bro.
Oh, well, you guys are talking about Japan, so I thought I'd chime in for a little bit.
Yes, brother. Feel free, brother. Keep it PG as well. Try and call any sort of sensitive topics. That'd be great. But
don't worry about that. I think if you're going to invest in Japanese, right, you need to have a bigger cause, simply because it is going to be a big investment. But I would actually say, if you're interested in China, Japan, there's a lot of overlap. So if you're interested in East Asia, then I would say make a 10-year commitment to like both languages. And then like maybe 10 years from now, being able to function in both of those languages is going to kind of drastically change your ability to move around East Asia, right? So if you're going to learn Japanese, you're going to have to give it 3, 4, 5 years to be functional, just because it's so different from English. So if you want to do something like translation or like a business or something like that, then the girls will be a plus. But if you want to, I don't know, if you want to date learn a language for girls, probably better to learn something closer to English. So
awesome. Thanks for that, brother. Much appreciated, bro.
Yeah. So I heard the gentleman say that he's talking about Japan and he's coming soon. I would say that I would say Japan is lost. I mean, Japan is just changing, just like any other place is. A lot of these girls are on social media, they're on dating apps, and if you're a foreigner and you know certain places to go, you can find a girl to chat her up and have a girlfriend. But you're not going to really understand Japanese girls until you understand Japanese culture. So. So I mean,
I recognize you. Yeah, I recognize you. You have a channel, don't you? I think I've seen some of your videos before, so I recognize you. And yeah, that was my sentiment. That's what I'm saying. Is because you can become a lot more proficient very quickly, like in something like Spanish or Portuguese. You can become very proficient in like 6 months and be able to speak at a high level to the point where you're having friends and all that stuff in 6 months. I mean, I don't think you can do that. I mean, I've passively learned Portuguese. I haven't even really studied it. I've passively done it just by just hanging out with people, right? Because I already knew Spanish and the languages are similar. I don't think you can really do that with Japan. There's people who've lived in Japan for 10 plus years and don't speak Japanese. So it is a real investment. That's what I'm saying. So the greater the investment, I think, the greater the reward. You know what I mean? The greater, and the reward for me was the kawaii, innocent Japanese chick. That was the reward. I mean, but if that's an illusion and that doesn't exist anymore, then I'm not so eager, especially because I've already kind of, IP already knows I've kind of already dabbled in the language, you know what I mean? So I've learned the hiragana, I've learned the katakana, I know a few words, but it is a way, the learning curve is much steeper than it is to learn like a Latin language or even like a European language. So it's like, it's gotta be worth it to me personally. I'm not, like, it's worth it to you, right? Everyone has their own criteria, but for me, it's gotta be worth it for me to put that investment in. I think I can learn 2 or 3 languages by the time I get proficient in Japanese. So,
well, but the other side of it, of course, is Japan is, even with the shrinking economy, is the 4th largest economy still. So that's a good reason to learn it if you're interested. So I mean, if you want to make some money, you make some money, doing some English, Japanese stuff. So that's, I mean, there's that. So.
Yep, I'm in the biggest economy. I'm in the American economy. So the fourth biggest doesn't really sound that appealing when you're in the biggest.
Jam. Again, it's if you want it, it's if you like the culture, if you really want to be out there, that's it, bro. And then you want to learn the language because it makes it easy for you to communicate. If you really want it, you're going to learn the language. If you really like the culture and the woman or whatever, then you're going to learn it, bro. That's it. It's not really
I apologize. I don't mean to sound pessimistic. I apologize. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't mean to sound pessimistic. So I apologize.
No. He doesn't sound pessimistic at all. And Night IP. Remember this book?
Yeah, I remember
this
that.
This is what I got two newer ones in here. And I tell everybody, if you're listening, look at me. If you're gonna invest in it, like what you said before, make sure something like there's something that's gravitating you to do it. So for example, IP knows it's always been my dream to go to Japan. Women were always a bonus. To see like I said, to see the shrines, the like I said, the Torii gates, the scenery, the cherry blossom festival, stuff like all that. Like I said, make it. Yeah, when somebody said in the comments, you have to make Japan work for you, is what I'm hearing, and I'm like, yeah, you have to make it work for you. Like the time that you put in, that that it's worth it.
So the brother next to me talking. I'm not sure. I don't know your name.
Oh, Jay.
All right, so what's up, Jay? So how long are you going to be in Japan? A month, 2 months, a couple of weeks?
Actually, 2 months was the minute I was going. I'm trying to push for 3, but
now
2 months.
One thing I would suggest to you is you're going to go to Tokyo, right? Is
correct.
If you can do it, like try and find like a group of guys, because like a lot of times guys will rent out a high school or a middle school, elementary school gym if you play basketball. Find a group of guys that play basketball and just go play ball with them, right? Like make some guy friends, right? Because like they're going to be the key to unlocking this country. If you can get 1 or 2 really good guy friends, like you'll see real Japan. Like don't bypass the step of making friends with dudes, right? Because if you find a dude that plays basketball, he's like, hey, let's go here play basketball. Hey, I'm going to this weekend. Come with me, and you can. It's going to unlock like the country, right? And you're going to meet girls that you can't meet just as a foreigner, because that's the whole thing about Japan is there's a part of Japan where as a foreigner you can only exist in that part of Japan unless someone Japanese takes you to another part of it, right? So if you could find like a group of guys that play, I don't know, whatever sport it is you play, and do that for like a couple of weeks, and then if you come back again, they're like, hey dude, when you coming back? And then they whisk you right back into that life that you had, right? So if you can do it, see if you can't find a group of guys that are into the sports you're into and like kind of link up with them, because then you're going to have a really good chance of seeing like some of the underground stuff that's really, really cool, right?
Okay.
Give it a shot. Or better yet, email me and I'll see what I can do so I can reach out to somebody.
All right, partner. Put your email in the private chat. That would
yeah.
Let me ask this, PP.
That's good advice.
So, brother, do you like the direction that Japan is going? Because Japan is changing social media, the way women are moving. I think they're a lot more. What's the word for it? They speak up a lot now. They're mouthy. They're like compared to like this, the submissive Japanese chick that we're taught in the West. I saw it. Yeah, it's in Japan, but you are some chicks that are quite boastful and loud. But do you think Japan is going down the good path or bad path in the future?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of moving parts. So, like, I mean, honestly, I would say that Japan hasn't changed as much in 20, 30 years as America has. So on average, there are still young girls that are really shy in public. And then, behind closed doors, X, Y, and Z, whatever. But truth be told, you're not going to find the quote unquote anime girl, because an anime girl is kind of an act. But you can find a girl, like if she's your girlfriend and you tell her like, hey, I'm really into this thing, she'll do it for you. Like, but I mean, as a direction, I mean, the real problem in Japan is that it's gotten more expensive. So many of the girls are kind of afraid to get married because of the cost of having kids and all that other stuff, right? But on the whole, I mean, it's hard to answer that question, because I mean, you're not going to have like baby mamas, like they don't do that. I mean, you're going to have girls that are going to be a bit more expressive, but they're still in Japan. So that's a very complex answer. That some girls yes, some girls not yet.
Okay, interesting, bro. But you're saying, do you see in real time American culture penetrating or Western culture penetrating Japanese culture? You're seeing it, right?
Oh, well, that's a given. Yes, but like I'll give an example. Like you don't see naked girls. You'll never see girls walking around openly naked in the daytime. If you want to see the effect of American culture, it's going to be
bro.
more at.
Bro, can you just keep it PG?
I'm muted. My bad.
Keep it PG. You just say, women who don't wear any clothes. Keep it PG, but carry on, bro. Just make sure you code it.
Oh, okay. So girls that are dressing like rap
no clothes on
videos. Yeah, like you're not going to really see that unless it's at night, and that's girls that have kind of accepted the fact that they're going to live that kind of lifestyle. But I would say that's 15% of Japanese women max. I mean, 80% of women are not going out at night, period. Right? Unless they're going out with a group of people. So if you can find like someone that knows somebody, that's how you're going to meet your girlfriend here, is you're going to get introduced to her. Right? You get introduced to someone that has some skin in the game and they don't want to embarrass you, right?
Speaking facts there. Absolute facts. Thank you, PPOG.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I'm about to end the stream, brothers. I'm going to keep it at 2 hours and get some sleep. If you want to call in, now's the best time. I can carry on. If you don't call in, no super chat in the questions. I'm going to end the stream in a bit. That's part 1 done. Okay, so let's go for closing statements. We'll see how it goes. If anyone calls in, we'll carry on. If not, we're in the stream. PPOG, do you have any closing statements, brother?
No, just I would say that if you have a 5-year plan, just incorporate about 20-30 minutes of foreign language study in your daily routine. And when you get to the opportunity of doing what you're going to do, crank it up and sign up for one of the level tests, one of the standardized tests, and you can use that as an entree to trying to find someone that'll tutor you or someone that'll help you advance your language study. And that, a good way to involve a young lady in your life is get a tutor and let her say like, I'm trying to get better, what do you suggest? And she'll give you a couple of resources and you'll be on your way. There's plenty of help if you're willing to learn Japanese. People are really, really friendly when they know that you have an interest in learning Japanese. So if you're serious about learning it, there are tons of people that are willing to take time out of their day to help you learn it.
Brother, before you go, PPOG, do you think it's still very possible in 2025 to find a Japanese wife with a very low body count, potentially a virgin? Or would you say that's not happening? Virgin woman, nah, it's not in this day and age anymore.
Virgin, that's tough because I don't know if there are women anywhere on the planet that are better at showing you a face than Japanese women. So I would say that being a virgin or not, I don't know if that's as important as her not being emotionally like hurt by some guy or most likely another foreigner, right? But I would say that a lot of these young ladies, they just don't go out. So if they have a relationship, it's with maybe some guy that they want to be with, and they have some kind of arrangement, because they don't have the very strict moral connection between sex and like fidelity or whatever. So I'll be honest with you. If you want to have a relationship of that nature with a young lady here, you're going to have more fun before marriage than after. So if you really want to get married, just make sure you have your fun before marriage and for the kids. Otherwise, you can have a whole lot of fun with the young lady if you know what you're looking for. But if you want like wifey to treat you like, something you see on television, I don't know. You need to learn culture. You got to learn what these young ladies are cultivated to do, because once you have a child is number one. Got to know that. Got to know that.
But but you said that right now in 2025, there's an abundance of wifey Japanese chicks.
Wifey?
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of young ladies that are looking for companionship. I mean, wifey, does that mean she's going to like keep your apartment clean and be cozy? I mean, there are plenty of girls that could do that, especially if you get out of the country. But I mean, wifey, like, wifey, as I don't know what wifey means.
So wifey in terms of like, should be a wife, like, emotional support, look after the kids, cook, should be actual wife, brother. Can we still find that in 2025, or is that rare now in Japan?
Oh no, you can find it. You can find it, but you got to have your money together. You got to have your money together, and if you can ease her lifestyle, you can find it. You can find it, but emotional support, Japanese women don't really do that. You're gonna have to find emotional support somewhere else. Like she'll keep your house clean and take care of your kids. She'll let you cheat if you have things in the right order. But emotional support, Japanese women don't really do that. Not like that.
Probably, it's funny how you say she let you cheat, right? But she'll be cheating too.
Yes and no. I mean, when Japanese women have kids, they're all about that kid. Like they might. I mean, it's different. Like party girls, but once they have that kid is first, second, third. Like they're taking the kid to play dates. They're meeting other women that are mothers and doing like mom stuff. And I mean, there's some women that might be doing some of that stuff, but I mean, if she's doing it, you're not gonna find out about it.
Damn.
But I mean, like I said, this is not a Christian nation. Like they can compartmentalize, right? So if they want to have their tall Western guy dream for a couple of weeks, they'll do it. But they'll put you back in the closet and say, okay, it's been cool. I got to go back to my life now. So it's not necessarily, well, yeah. I mean, I always tell people it's like a bento, right? Japan's like a bento. If people are going to put you in one particular compartment in their life, and once you can't come out of that compartment, right? I'm just saying, like a woman might see a tall Western guy and be like, oh man, I would love to have like 3 or 4 sessions with that dude. And then once they have those 3 or 4 sessions, you put it back in a box and say, okay, it was cool, but I got to move on back to my life.
Brother, do you think is average Japanese woman like that? They do that? They cheat? The average Japanese chick? Or
I wouldn't say cheat, because remember, you got to remember that cheating involves risk. And I'm not talking about risk in terms of like exposing your body, but risk as in, if my friends find out that I'm loose, then I can lose friends, I can lose face. So a lot of young ladies, if they're going to do that kind of cheating thingy, they're going to meet you somewhere where nobody can see you and you do your thing, right? Now, if they take you out in public, that means that they want to be like your girlfriend. That's different, right? If they're holding your hand in public, they're letting everyone know, this is my guy, and I'm proud of my guy, right? So I mean, if she's holding your hands in public, I would say that her cheating is going to cost her face, because she's going to look like she's loose, and that's not a great look for a socialite or a young lady that's not working, not out at night.
If
she
before I
holds
go
your hand
on,
in public, she wants to be with you.
but before I bring in Quincy in the background, let me ask you, brother, right? So, brother, are you married to a Japanese woman, right?
Oh, I mean, yeah, yes, of course, yes.
Okay, so now, from what you hear from your Japanese wife, right, about what her friends are doing, do you have her friends cheated in a relationship? Has she told you that, brother?
Well, like I said again, like if they do, it's not going to be public knowledge, right? So, I mean, you got to remember again, if you look a certain way in your friend group, it's going to make the friend group look bad. So I don't know if cheating is the best word for it. I would say that in terms of like fidelity, I mean, this country's fluid. Like that's not most important. What's more important is, did you catch feelings, or are you spending money on that lady, right? That is their version of cheating. Excuse me. Their version of cheating is, did you buy a whole something for your girlfriend that's going to take money away from her house, as opposed to like America, where the idea that you're with another person, especially if that person makes you feel a certain way, that is tantamount to blowing your, separating your family. But I mean, there are many marriages where there's not much action in the bedroom, and that's kind of the way they do marriage, because marriage is not for that; it's for family. So
Great breakdown, PPOG. Let me bring in Quincy in the background. What's going on, Quincy? How you doing, bro?
How's it going? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. You good?
Yeah. So so I'm Korean and Black, and I'm living in South Korea right now. And yeah, honestly, so I know a lot of Korean people, and like I've seen a lot of their opinions, and I've seen like a lot of different Korean women, like their opinions on like sex and dating and shit like that. But so I would
Brother, keep
say,
it PG, yeah. Avoid swearing, brother,
huh?
please, and keep it PG. Avoid swearing, brother. Avoid swearing, please, and keep it PG. Keep it coded, yeah, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I said avoid swearing, please, because you swore there, and
Oh,
keep it
sorry
coded
about
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
With topics. Carry on, bro.
Yeah. So based on my experiences, so you in South Korea, you have like people who are either very conservative. They're like, I'm talking about the women. Most of the dudes here, they're not really conservative, but you either have very conservative, or you have somewhat conservative, or you have just women who are just promiscuous. And like, there's a huge gap between the women who are like hanging out at the clubs and just women who are just average on the street. Okay, like you'll have women who are like, they've never been exposed to like American corn before ever. They may watch like erotic movies and stuff like that, or they may watch like kind of like the censored stuff that is legal here in Korea, because it's actually illegal. Like American corn, like hardcore stuff is illegal, and they will maybe like they will date a lot of dudes. Okay, they'll date a lot of dudes and they will sleep with them, but they typically do not want to sleep with you unless you're dating. Typically, but I mean, like it's not completely conservative here, but the women still here are still very conservative. Like I don't, if I go out over here, I don't see barely any women with tattoos. Most of them, they dress pretty modestly. And like if you're talking about like short skirts and stuff, my mom, during my mom's time, that has been around forever. Like you can't really judge it based on that.
Okay. Thank you, Quincy. Because you said that they date around a lot, right? And they sleep when in relationships. So, brother, so you tell me, right? There could be a Korean chick, right? She won't sleep outside of a relationship, right? But if she's
Normally,
dated, sorry, but yeah, but if she's dated, right? If she's dated, let's say 10 guys, right, in the last year, that's a 10, but that's a body count of 10. I know, so the boyfriend, girlfriend, that's still a body count of 10, bro. And to me, I ain't rocking with that, brother. That's a problem.
yeah. So you will find women with very low body counts. Like it's probably like I would say maybe like 5 or some shit like that. But you're not. You're it will range. So every once in a while, you may find women maybe like 20 body count, but like you're usually not gonna find women that are like over like I mean, you're usually not gonna find women that are over 10, but it will probably be like 5. I mean, to be honest with you, and like there are a lot of women here who are very conservative, so it's like it's more conservative. I would say it's more conservative in the West. You're not gonna find so in Japan, right? Either they're like conservative or they're like totally crazy. Like I mean, before like they're 17 years old, they have like
Bro,
22.
gotta keep it PG, man. Flipping
Bro,
heck, bruv.
did I say anything?
Gotta keep it coded, bro. Gotta keep it coded, man. Coded, bro. I feel you, bro, but keep it coded, brother, please.
But
Quincy.
he's right about Korea though. If you're a Christian dude, you could probably go find a young lady that has no experience. Like I would say, if you're a Christian dude and you wanted to find a young lady like that, you probably find it easier in Korea than you would in America.
Interesting. Okay. Quincy, send me a DM on IG, brother. Okay, brother. I'll let you finish your point, but I think we should touch base. But Quincy, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I do. So Quincy, so you currently live in Korea right now, right?
Yeah.
Do you plan on going back to the States anytime soon?
I mean, maybe like I'm taking care of my mom because she has cancer, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
Damn. So sorry to hear that, bro. Flipping heck.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. Brother Quincy, hit me up on IG, okay? I'll put my IG on the private chat. Let's touch base. How does that sound, bro?
Yeah. All right.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, bro. Okay.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
All right. Peace out, bro. Thank you, man. Okay. So, Mr. Thank you, PPOG. I'm gonna drop you off there because I'm gonna end the stream, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Mr. J, do you have any closing statements?
Yo, shout out to Quincy, shout out to PPOG out. Shout out to the brother on top of me. I forget his name. Shout out to him. Wow. Yo, I gotta subscribe to your Patreon, bro, because I think I might have to hear some of these stories. But I get a feeling I'm not gonna be too surprised. But all in all, I'm in this on one thing. To everybody listening, listen, me, IP, and every man on here, we are searching for relationships. We're not here to play around and play games. This is a serious thing for us because the thing is the time that we're putting in for our lives, like learning Japanese, like Hiragana, katakana, learning and actually putting in for IT type stuff, and I'm going back to school for right now, things like that. You know, like I said, you either put the time in or you don't. If it's something you really want, go for it. Do not I can't use that word on here, but don't half-aid it. All right? Go in full force. And if you have questions or anything, ask IP, Theo, or Tokyo 64 because they know what they're talking about. Other than that, hey, listen, brothers, keep being safe. Keep preaching the way of the passport, and also, you know, keep your heads out of trouble, but increase that brain knowledge because that's what's going to save you and make you guys have a better life. Now, brother IP, got mad love and respect for you, my man. I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta work out. I gotta do my routine. You know what it is. And brother, listen, I'll be looking out for the other parts that you make. You say you're making 6 parts?
5, most likely 5 parts.
Oh, 5. Okay, that's a lot of parts, brother. I ain't gonna lie, that's a lot. But man, brother, I'll be tuning in and I'll be supporting you in the shadows like I always do.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
All right, brother. You have a safe night and get some sleep, man.
Thank you, Jay. Mr. Jam, do you have any closing statements?
I'll just answer the question you asked in the beginning, which is about my plans for the future. I think we already know, right, what keeps women in line, and so if you don't have those in place, you're putting yourself in a bad spot. So, for example, religion, right? The Pastor OG, by the way, what he was saying was 100% facts from what I've heard in my intel. Because in Japan they don't believe in religion. They do something and no one knows about it. They don't have shame, right? They care about face. So if you don't know, they don't care, right? While we as Christians or Muslims, right, we have a shame culture where like you could do something and no one knows about it and you still feel guilt because you feel like God's watching. All right. That's not a concept in a lot of the Eastern world. That's not a concept. So the whole saving face thing is a much more prevalent over there than it is here. So they might act a certain way and all that stuff, but they can have secrets and all that stuff, and not even care as long as you don't know about it. Because I mean, what is the saying? Ignorance is bliss. So my whole thing is this, I think we're all cooked. You know what I mean? I'm just not willing to and this whole thing about putting in work, dude. I put in the work. I mean, I don't know I don't know who. I mean, there's people who put in more work than me, but in terms of my age, as a Gen Z, I don't know who's putting more work in than me. I don't know who's know as many languages as me, and I don't just mean talking languages. I also mean coding languages as well. You know what I mean? I put in the work, but at this point, I just know that I can see the trends. I can see where everything's going one way, and I'm just not going to tie myself down right to a situation where things can change in the future. I'm just not willing to do that. So for me right now, I'm enjoying my life. I'm chilling, and I'm going to give it another 10 years to see this to see the landscape. If maybe there's a great ship, maybe there's a black swan that we don't know about, and if that's the case, then I might be more inclined, right, to go the traditional route. But if not, then I think I'm just gonna the fact that I'm seeing people who we look up to get cooked, like Brad Pitt, Drake, all of them, and they have literally everything that a woman can want, and they still get cooked. That lets me know it's not a me problem. That's it's a society problem. So and I think they're all going this way. Now, of course, you can do your thing, yada yada, whatever, but there are just some things that are above you. You can do everything right and still get cooked. Right, you can be a great driver and still get hit because of a drunk driver. So you can do everything right in this case. And so, for me personally, I'm just not willing to take that risk. And okay, if that makes me weak, then so be it. I'm just not willing to do it. Anyway, but anyway, I'm going to be looking forward to your other streams, IP. I appreciate you. I just think that at this point is a fool's errand to find that traditional lifestyle. I think even if you do find it, it will be a facade. You'll find it for now, and then the Western culture will hit wherever you're at. And then as Eddie Murphy once said, with the whole umfunfu, what have you done for me lately? And then there you go. So anyway, with that saying, I'm out.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, Jam. We got to do Brazil from the eyes of you experiencing the Brazilian.
Oh, we got to definitely do that because I just got through Carnival, man, and I got a lot. Oh, yeah. I wish I could have caught your stream yesterday, but I was out last night. I was doing my thing, so I saw your stream with the Brazil. I didn't get to catch it, but yeah, we definitely got to do that though. Definitely. The stream that I did, I only did one stream with you about Brazil, and it's been a year now since I've done that stream. Things have definitely changed since then. I speak the language now, so my experiences are definitely different than when I had that stream. That stream, that first stream we did, it's like a stream for gringos. Like if you're just an American, you only speak English, right? Then listen to that stream. But if you put in the investment and learn the language, like I've done, falo português muito bom, entendi muito, right? Then yeah, you're gonna enjoy the next stream. All right. Anyway, peace out.
Thank you, Jam. Salute, brother. Peace out, bro. So, brothers, just want to mention a point here as to brothers mentioning why didn't IP get down with that chick from the club? Let me tell you, brothers, about discipline, right? I'm at a point in my life where no woman can control me with their box. And it's very important that dudes have actual discipline. A lot of you dudes would just smash anything, get hyped for anything. I don't rock like that. Actual discipline is very important as a man in this life. Don't just sleep with any chick that's offering it to you. Once again, actual discipline is extremely important as a man in 2025. I'm just keeping it a buck. A lot of you dudes are too hungry for the box, man. Too hungry for it. Have some discipline. There needs to be times in your life where you are actively turning down box. If you are accepting every time a woman offers it to you, she controls you. You have no discipline. There needs to be times in your life where you turn it down. Control your urges. Have discipline. And that's where a lot of us men, we fail at that. You need to have discipline, bro. Shout out to Mr. FDFF Door. Thank you for the support, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Devo the Gent for the support. In Japan, there's any woman that is girlfriend or wife material. There is, bro. I'm not going to say that all women in Japan are 3 or 4s. I'm just saying, vet properly, know the language. I know what you want out of there. I know the culture too. Know the culture. Dubsack, man, I'm waiting for you to connect your devices, bro. That's facts to Sly Funk. Despite that, brother, still gonna have discipline, man. Discipline, you know. In some cases, it can save your life. For example, right? Imagine a woman who has a gangster boyfriend and he's very powerful, and then she wants to cheat on him. She's offering you the box, right? And you take it. He finds out you slept with her. That's your life finished, right? You have the top gangster, right, in the country or neighborhood after you, and his goons. So I'm saying you need to learn how to turn down box, especially when you know it's contagious. There could be consequences if you slept with her, etc., etc. Discipline, very, very important, man. Very important. And a lot of you dudes are walking around with no discipline. No discipline. And I want to just say this right. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and we have to respect it. We have to respect Phil's opinion. We have to respect other brothers' opinion that have been on the channel or whatever. That is their opinion, and it must be respected. Okay, and mine must be respected too. Now, anyone can agree with my opinion, disagree, and that's okay. Okay, that is perfectly okay, and that must be respected. Okay. Maybe next month someone else will come in and completely say, IP, I disagree with you. And that's okay. That is completely okay. Anyone can agree and disagree with me. Let me bring in Mr. Dubsack in the background. What's going on, Dub? How you doing, bro?
Hang on, IP.
I'm good, brother. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, brother. I'm all right, brother. Do you want to chime in? Do you have any stories, any questions for me about this dream topic?
Yeah, I just wanted to. But shit, I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
It's cool, bro.
Um, you know, because like I just wanted to have like a quick chat with you before, before I log off here. And like because I've been asking you about like in regards to, like in Japan, because I'm also interested not just in Japan, but just like certain places like in the Caribbean and Europe or whatever. And me, in terms of like, I mean, okay, like. I'm not well, like when I want to travel the country, it's not just to find women. It's to also find experience, like experience things like the culture and things of that nature. But in regards to women, I want to have like an actual meaningful, relationship. Because let me be honest with you, I'm not that type of dude that wants to just have like one night stands and things and whatever that may be. you know.
Hmm.
So
Get close to your mic. We can't really hear you. Get close to your mic.
I'm sorry, like, the reason why I'm asking you, like in regards to like finding meaningful relationships, is that like I'm not the type of person to have like one night stands and things of that nature. So that's the reason why I am asking you in regards to like places like in Japan and stuff like that. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you. So, brother, tell me your question.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, so okay, so that in regards to me, traveling, because yeah, like I want to I want to meet new people, but people also it's like I want to meet new people, experience the culture, the history of the nation, the history of the country, thing, stuff like that. But in regards to women, I want to have me personally want to have like a fulfilling relationship,
Mm.
and that's the reason why I asked, like, is Japan like are there any like places in Japan where I can find that prospect or no?
You know, you definitely can find it. Learn the language, learn to vet, and you'll be okay. Language is very key, very, very key. And know the culture too. Know their
Yeah,
culture inside out, how they do things, how things work there. Um, Language, culture, vetting, you'll be fine.
yeah, I know. Like you should always like vet people, not just women, just people in general. Like that
Mm.
should always be the number one rule, my guy. Well, you already know that, but
Thank you,
but
Dub.
but yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. I can't really hear you. I really can't, but I hope I answered your question. Appreciate you, bro. Okay.
Okay. I'll see you later on next stream. All right.
All right. Thank you, bro. Let me bring in Mlock 8932. You are confirmed. Thank you, bro. You got your yep. Turn your camera off. Bring in Mlock. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, Poppy? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, bro. How you doing, man?
Oh, good. Because this is windy outside right now. I'm over here just walking my dog, trying to get right. All the brothers need to get right. You know what I mean? I'm trying to lose about 15 pounds here. Um, you know, have been eating good here in the state of Texas. But trying to lose weight because I'm going to be traveling here to Germany soon. So, saw the videos that you got to kind of inspire me to just go out there and travel different countries. So, um, but I have been to Japan, and I see what you're saying and stuff like that about Japanese women. But what I learned about Japan, and I was talking to this woman in Japan here last time I went, and we was going through some things, like, and I ended it with her. I broke it off. And, she told me her life story and stuff, and she's told me one thing that kind of stuck out.
But wait,
She said that.
I'm sorry, brother. Remember, keep it PG, yeah, or coded, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Is it?
yeah. No, I'm not,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna keep it PG. Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
gonna bring up boxing, and this is like some psychological stuff. But she was saying like she was having like daddy issues,
Mm.
and she said a lot of Japanese women have daddy issues. We like back in the '90s, how we used to like dip out. Dad used to go to the store get milk and just dip. Now over there, it still happens, even in that little continent, that little it's, people still dip out. The men don't be in the women's life. So it's not like the same issues with America, the same issues over there as well. We just don't know about it. They keep everything quiet.
Wow. But is that why you dumped her?
No, that's not why I dumped her. I had left Japan and I was just seeing other women. So I just told her, hey, just to be a gentleman, just broke it off with her.
How long were you in Japan for, bro?
I was in Japan for about 6 months. Yeah, just 6 months. I was on duty. I was in the military out there. I was right by Fukuoka. And yeah, I had a blast. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a blast. And then I
Yeah.
met her at this bar, and she was nice looking. So it took me
I-
about a couple of weeks to get her. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Is it enough? Is it enough for an interview about your time in Fukuoka?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been to Japan a few times. So, yeah, I've been to Japan about 3 or 4 times. I can get your interview on
But put you on mute there. I think there's wind, brother. So I think I'll put my IG, brother, on the private chat. Hopefully, brother, you can see my IG. But if you send me a DM, we can get that Japan stream done. You see
Yeah, I see IG. That sounds good. I'm sorry, I think it's a wind blowing right now.
Yeah.
I do see
Wow, brother, that is some strong wind, bro. Brother, if you send me a DM on IG, brother, we can get that for Coco stream done. How does that sound, bro? Okay. Awesome. Hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, brother. Okay, take it easy, bro.
You too, bro.
That is some strong wind. Okay, all right, brothers. 2 hours, 30 minutes. It's been a pleasure. We got part 2 to do very soon. We got Ibiza, Spain to do, Munich, Germany, and we got other parts of Japan to do as well. It has been a pleasure doing this stream. I hope you're all well, and I'll see you brothers very soon. Peace out, okay? Take it easy. Make sure you follow me on Twitch and on Kick, okay? All of you, okay? Because I think part 3 will only be on. I think part 3 and 4 could potentially only be on Twitch and Kick, okay? So make sure you go and follow me on Twitch and Kick, okay? There you go, okay? Twitch and Kick, links are there, all right? Go on there. Go and follow me on there, okay? Wow, what a stream.